money, power, and influence, they're not easy to come by. For most, it takes decades of hard work, clever strategy, and sometimes a little bending of the rules to accumulate even a fraction of these things. But for a select few, the game is different. They were born into dynasties that have spent centuries building unimaginable wealth and influence. Families who quietly shaped economies, financed governments, and in some cases changed the very course of history. These families are more than rich. They are institutions. Their names echo in elite circles, whispered with both respect and suspicion. And at the center of it all is perhaps the most legendary of them all, the Rothschilds. The Rothschild dynasty. The rise of the Rothschilds began in the late 1700s in Frankfurt, Germany. Mayer Amschel Rothschild, a Jewish banker with remarkable financial instincts, laid the foundation of a global empire. His genius move, sending his 5 sons to the major capitals of Europe, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt, to establish a coordinated banking network unlike anything the world had ever seen. This system allowed the Rothschilds to move money and, more importantly, information, faster than entire governments. During the Napoleonic Wars, Nathan Rothschild used this advantage to dominate British financial markets. Some even claim his rapid communication network gave him leverage over the Bank of England itself. From there, the family's reach exploded. They financed wars and revolutions, bailed out nations in crisis, and secured oligopolies in railroads, oil, and metals. In 1825, when the Bank of England faced collapse, it was the Rothschilds who stepped in with enough coin to stabilize the system. They weren't just bankers, they were kingmakers. Conspiracy theories followed naturally. Were they secretly running every central bank, funding both sides of wars, pulling the strings of governments, and even shaping world events? While the truth is often less dramatic, their financial dominance was undeniable. They built the very framework of the global banking system that still defines modern finance. Today, the Rothschilds are less visible, preferring quiet investments, philanthropy, and art patronage to public displays of power. But make no mistake, their wealth and influence remain vast, and their name still sparks debate about just how much power they truly hold. The Windsor family, if the Rothschilds symbolize financial dominance, the Windsors embody cultural and political influence. The British royal family, one of the most famous dynasties in history, stretches its reach far beyond the United Kingdom. Queen Elizabeth II, for example, was technically the largest private landowner in the world, with over 6 billion acres to her name. The monarchy is head of state for 16 countries, including Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. That global presence alone gives the Windsors enormous symbolic and diplomatic clout, but they are also unimaginably wealthy. Prince George is already estimated to be worth $2.8 billion, while Princess Charlotte's fortune is pegged at $4.3 billion, and they're not even teenagers. The family's real estate holdings are legendary. Kensington Palace at $630 million, Buckingham Palace at nearly $5 billion, plus countless castles and estates. Add to that the Royal Collection, one of the largest art collections in the world, holding over 7,000 paintings, 150,000 prints, and the priceless crown jewels valued at $4 billion. Their wealth, tradition, and global popularity make them more than just figureheads. They are a dynasty whose influence spreads across culture, politics, and economics alike. The Koch family crossing the Atlantic. Few families have shaped the modern United States quite like the Kochs. Their fortune, rooted in oil, has ballooned into an empire spanning energy, manufacturing, real estate, and more. Koch Industries is now the second largest privately owned company in America, with revenues of more than $100 billion. They own Georgia Pacific, one of the world's biggest paper producers, and Molex, a major electronics firm. They've even dipped into casinos, hotels, and protection contracts with the U.S. National Guard. But their true power lies not just in business, but in politics. Through lobbying and donations, the Kochs have quietly steered American policy for decades, shaping laws and agendas to fit their vision of the future. They may not wear crowns, but their ability to bend the political landscape to their will rivals that of any royal family. The Walton family, if the Kochs are the power brokers. The Waltons are the silent rulers of global retail. Their empire, Walmart, has over 10,000 stores worldwide, serving more than 20 million customers every single week. Founded by Sam Walton in 1962, Walmart grew into the largest company by revenue on the planet. Its gravitational pull is so strong that when a Walmart opens in a small town, half the local retailers are wiped out within years. The Waltons' fortune, worth nearly $170 billion, makes them the richest family in America. Beyond retail, the family also wields power through politics and philanthropy, shaping education and environmental policy with billion-dollar donations. Their dynasty proves that in the modern age, commerce itself can be a throne. The Morgan family. Finally, no discussion of power dynasties is complete without the Morgans. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, J.P. Morgan became the face of American finance. He didn't just build wealth, he built empires. Morgan created the first billion-dollar corporation, U.S. Steel, after buying Andrew Carnegie's company for $480 million, more than the U.S. government's entire annual budget at the time. He controlled railroads, steel banks, and even the gold supply of the United States. When the U.S. economy was on the brink, Morgan himself orchestrated bailouts to stabilize it. His legacy became J.P. Morgan Chase, now the largest bank in the world. The Morgan dynasty exemplifies how one family's grip on finance can reshape an entire nation. Power, wealth, and influence, from the Rothschilds' global banking network, to the Windsors' royal dominion, to the Kochs' political sway, the Waltons' retail empire, and the Morgans' financial stranglehold. These families represent different faces of power. They have shaped economies, altered politics, and influenced culture for centuries. Some do so in the open, others from the shadows. But together, they form a hidden architecture of wealth and influence that continues to define our world. So the question remains, are these families simply products of success and inheritance? Or are they the invisible hands still pulling the strings of modern history?